I'm joined by Dr. Sonja Swiger, an entomologist with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. Thank you so much for joining us. We're talking about the New World Screwworm, a handful of cases now found here in Texas. Are we at a point yet of major concern?
Yeah, I think in some way we are concerned, right? For sure, because the reemergence of the New World Screwworm back into Texas is a concern on its own. And as we start to see more cases, that of course increases that concern. So it is time for people to really start taking notice.
One of these cases was found in a dog. How concerning is that? What does that signal to you?
We always knew that dogs were a very viable host for screwworms. We see lots of incidences of infections in Mexico right now with this outbreak. The concerns with this one is it appears this was a moved dog in multiple situations. It appears it may have come in from Mexico and then gone to New Mexico and then over to Texas and back. So there has been a lot of movement of that dog, and that is concerning as well.
The specifics of what the worm does. What does it do? We know what you hear flesh eating. What exactly does it do to the animal?
Yeah, I mean, flesh eating is pretty specific and never sounds good.
Sure.
And in this case, we do call it a worm, but it's actually a fly larva. So more like a maggot is really what it is. But because of their behavior, they actually eat flesh and they eat living flesh, which is very unique for flies and definitely for blowflies. And this one is just known to do that and always has.
So who is at most risk right now? Is it mainly the cattle?
Yes, I mean the livestock industry is the most concerning, with the cattle being the top of that. One of the reasons why is because of the sheer number of cattle that we have makes them more susceptible. Plus, they do have a lot more of offspring that would be exposed, being that they're usually housed outside. But other animals are at risk as well. So we don't want to ignore wildlife, because deer are another high group of animals of concern. And as you've mentioned, dogs are definitely on that list. And we also have sheep, goat, and swine that we need to be concerned with.
I know a lot of pet owners are going to be concerned hearing about this with the dog. Is there anything a pet owner can do specifically, or does this have to be an animal that's around a cattle? What's your message for pet owners?
Yeah, I mean, luckily, a few products have already been approved to protect our animals, our pet animals, from screwworms. So if they are concerned, they can go to the screwworm.gov and look up those products. But there are a few that have been give authorization to help for cats and dogs. But I would definitely recommend not taking your animals to an area that are currently dealing with an outbreak of screwworms. That's the best way to protect them. Don't let them be around an area that may have screwworms if that's somewhere you don't already live. And if you do live in a county that's already dealing with screwworms, definitely take time to inspect them carefully and maybe look into getting those products for your animals.
And just from your expertise, are we at a point right now, again, a handful of cases so far in Texas, are we still at a point where we can get this under control? And where is kind of the line before it becomes a major, major crisis?
Yeah. Well, we always can get it under control. It's easier to do if people are willing to abide by the restrictions and make sure that we don't move animals illegally, because that's the fastest way to spread it. And we definitely want to kind of limit that spread as much as we possibly can. Now, we do know that the flies are going to travel on their own, but they are kind of limited to like about less than 12 miles. So most of this expansion is definitely driven by people moving animals, and we need to limit that or prevent that from happening. But it will take time and take a little bit of work, but the release of the sterile flies is happening, and it has been since we found that first case last week. And those will continue until we find that there are no more cases occurring.
All right, Dr. Sonja Swiger, Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service entomologist. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for your expertise.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.